So this is my bookshelf. I won this in a writing contest. I have bought all of these, read them. I don't know what it is about Jim Butcher. It is amazing. I just really love the urban fantasy. I really love that folder. So this used to come, here we go. So all the books used to look like this, with this like fake case file, and I had all of them. And then guess what? They got eaten by termites. I'm not even kidding. This is like 1/3 of my original collection. And I mean, we're lucky. If we hadn't had my pine bookcase, I'm not even joking, then my house would have been infested, and it might have been 2 years before we found out, because we have these Jarrah floors, wood panels. Anyway, so I have read all of these. Really good. I think it's amazing. Peace Talks, to be honest, was a little hard to get through, but the finale's coming soon, so looking forward to that. And yes, I need to dust. Okay, this book I've had for literally ever. We're talking like 10 years. Still haven't read it. I got this one like 3 weeks ago. Read it in like 2 hours. Brandon Sanderson, of course, I have read all of him. Poppy War I read. That was kind of boring, I won't lie. But I read it because the cover was pretty and it looked interesting. So obviously all of Brandon Sanderson, so technically should go there. Good, How Not to Write a Novel is fucking hilarious. I have read this multiple times. I actually borrowed it. I was in a writing group. I borrowed this from a friend. I lost it. Then I bought 2 copies to replace the one I lost, and then this one. And then I totally lied and said, oh yeah, no, I had it the whole time. Now, Patricia Briggs. Oh my god. Okay, so funniest book ever. I have reread this multiple times. There's just so many bits in it that, like, if I was to sit here and tell you, which is my favourite Patricia Briggs book? This one. It's 2 books in one, and just Kim is so realistic. I love that Regency era, and oh my god, no, just recommendation, read this one. Okay, so this is, again, all Patricia Briggs. It's like her werewolf series, it's 2. About 2013, I got a collection, and it was, what's the first Patricia Briggs book? I don't remember. It's not Bonecroft, is it? Your book one? Mooncalled. So I got Mooncalled, this one, and then I got a vampire one, and then a different one, which I read like 2 pages of and threw away because it was like rape. My vampire series I did collect for a while, but I gave to a friend because I just wasn't feeling it. But like, look at this collection. Just okay. There's just something about Mercy Thompson. I'm just so involved. And then I spot these. Haven't read. I have read these. They're just not mine. They're my fiance's who left them here. Okay, but this isn't even my childhood series. This is like my early 20s series when I went through major urban fantasy. Okay. So this one, bought it because it looked pretty and interesting. Haven't read. I got this for Christmas, and this is a great shelf tour. Look how professional I am. So I will read these. I love myths. I love legends. I write fantasy, read fantasy. So just getting into different cultures, because I'm really up with Roman and Greek mythology, but I've been getting into dragons a lot lately. So there's like a lot of dragons in here. That should be interesting. Childhood series, okay? Delta Request, 100%. Rowan of Rin, just Emily Rodda. She wrote a Key Quest series, which I do like, I just don't own. Again, whoopsies. Delta Request was eaten in the termite slide, which was a total shame. Just, like, scariest bad guy ever. I'm not even joking. Run of Rin, just really good. Like, the first one is all about courage, and then just each consecutive book is about message and just expanding the world. Ranger's Apprentice. Okay, come on, people. It's fucking Ranger's Apprentice. Like, look at these. It's just, the bridge is burning. Like, come on. I'm sorry, but if you haven't read or heard of Ranger's Apprentice, then you cannot call yourself a fantasy fan. And then, of course, you have Harry Potter. Now, come on. Oh, look, I don't like to get controversial or opinionated ever, but, and this is a big but, Harry Potter, in my opinion, it's well written, it's fun, it sold a gabillion copies ever, and just because 20 years later, the author, after she published her first book, had some unpopular opinions, everyone's like, oh, she was bad the whole time, the Harry Potter series sucks, oh, it's like the worst thing ever, and I'm like, come on guys, no, this is the worst thing ever, like, what? Again, my Harry Potter books were eaten. These are second-hand books I got from a second-hand bookshop. These are not my originals. No, oh sorry, my hardback covers are. So these two are, but these are all ones that I got from a second-hand bookshop to replace the ones that I lost, but I did have the original series. This is the only original one that I have. This is my favourite book, least favourite movie, I won't lie. Okay, confessions time. So, I read Who's Afraid, really funny, really it's just fun. I just love urban fantasy, I love werewolves, so come on. Read this one, Random Ship Flying Through the Air, sounded super funny. It's about a telekinetic woman, little girl, and then this is the sequel, which I haven't read. Now, Mike Carey, I got super into, as I said, Jim Butcher, which is all about this detective wizard. Same premise, detective wizard. I have read the first book of this, which is Thicker Than Water. And again, he's just a wizard doing his own thing. I bought the whole series from my favourite bookshop, Stephen's Books, and I haven't read any of the others, and I've had it like 10 years. Not because I think it's bad, just because I haven't. You know, there's always something else. The Thousand Deaths of Ada Ben, again, haven't read, but it just sounded really interesting. Princess of Blood. Now, where was it? Oh my gosh, where's the temps? Oh, here we go. Sorry, down the bottom. So, I read this one. This is super annoying, okay? So, chapter 8. So this is in the past, and then this is like current. So this is current, and then it just randomly skips back like 2 whole weeks, and then it just constantly does that all the way up to like the last third where it all catches up. It was so frustrating that I literally got little pieces of paper, I went through the book, I marked out where the thing was, and I'm just like, come on. And then I went back and I just read it in order and just made so much more sense. So, Princess of Blood, okay, so basically what it's about is, Lynx is the main character, and he's like this war veteran, and he's like in his 30s, 40s, and he meets, girl, Toil, that's her name, and basically it's based on sort of like war, I mean, you know, so it's like a band of warriors. Here we go. And so it's like set on like a deck of cards, so hence the name, Stranger of Temp Set. Lynx joins, and he is the stranger somewhere. Where is the stranger? Anyway, that's the premise. It's just a band of misfits that go like Dungeons and Dragons style exploring. So they go through this cave for various reasons. That's not the whole, like, they actually go rescue her, then they escape, and then they escape into this cave. They wake up this demon thing. He has to fight it. Same here. They end up in ancient ruins. They fight a spider. It's really, really interesting. And they actually go to like this ancient maze puzzle box. You want like this is like original Dungeons and Dragons Spellfire. I only have this one book. A friend bought it for me, but I have listened to the rest of this specific series on Audible. Highly recommend. Do it. God of Night is the 4th one. Haven't read. Now, where is my book? My book is on fire. Here we go. see, this is what I was talking about. So all those papers is like, so I have reread the first like 15-20 pages of this 3 times now, and it's not bad. I really like it. I get stuck, I get interrupted, and I then, like, 3 months later, I forget what happened, so I reread it. So I am now well acquainted with the beginning, like, 3 chapters of this. I will finish You and You. It's a good series. I will get there. Now, where are we? Oh, okay, yes, of course. Sanderson. I've read. I thought it was really good. I know there's been some issues about the LA law that people don't like. I don't know why. Got a prayer. I bought because impulse buy, city looked interesting, premise looked interesting. I just own it. Fucking hilarious. One of the booktubers I follow, James Thomas, he recommended it. I read it. I think it's just amazing. Basically, just imagine if, like, war bands, like, from here were considered, like, rock gods, you know? Yeah. And they have, like, managers, and, you know, instead of booking music tours, they just booked, like, hunting gigs. And so they used to be like King of the Wild. They used to be like the best of the best, and then they got pushed back, and now they are this. Okay, this is about the daughter. Haven't read. I will get to it. This was fucking hilarious. If this is even half as funny as this, then I will get there. I've not read You. I will get to You, I promise. I think it's an omnibus, but yes. Okay. Funny story. I read this book in primary school. Now, all I could remember was The Swans and the Moon, The Riddles of E, and this tower. I remembered this funny letter, and I could not remember anything else, like, just at all. The premise I kind of remembered. It was this little girl, she moves to an island, and some stuff happens to her. There's an evil swan in it, and then there's an Ouroboros where the snake eats itself, and that's, like, literally all I could remember. I'm walking with my dad, and I'm, like, telling him about, like, old books and stuff I used to read as a child, and then I was telling him about The Riddles of E. We were in the library. Dad looks up, and then BAM! Is this what you're talking about? And I'm like, The Riddles of Epsilon. I, like, googled the shit out of this cover, The Riddles of E. I scrolled, like, to page 12 of Google, just looking, and it was, like, riddle books, and just nothing, and then boom. And it's, like, written as, like, a diary, and then, like, I really like it. There's a reason I kept it. Okay, I used to, and then, of course, I've actually not read this specific copy, but I have read Lewis Carroll, of course. I've read The Mirror. But a friend gave this to me, and I really appreciate it. It's cute. Okay, I used to run a writing group. So,